Alright, Askreddit thread. Back to school mega thread. This is basically just one of their sticky threads. I don't usually read these, but this one seemed like it might be interesting, since it's just a whole bunch of tips for people going back to school. And these are usually pretty good. Looking to save money on textbooks? /man without modem has this great list of resources to find textbooks online for free and general search tips that can help save a lot of money. Keep in mind that some of these are no longer up, but there's still a lot of good ones there. Two that he doesn't include that are very helpful are... Okay, so this is basically like a huge list of textbooks that you can... sites that can get you textbooks for free. For torrent. I've gotten a couple of textbooks from here before. From this list. You can't get all of them, but I have gotten like 2 or 3, which is, like $200 or $300 because textbooks are expensive as shit. So it's nice for those ones that you can find. What are some good, quick snacks you can eat before class? I like food. Nuts and dark chocolate give off energy slowly, making them better than sweet snacks. If you happen to like both of those, I highly recommend dark chocolate almond sea salt kind bars. They're expensive, but if you buy on Amazon, I think they're like $1 each. Blah blah blah. Pistachios, too many shells to deal with. What's everybody's best tips for dorm living? Here is something I wish someone had told me. If your roommate / sweet mate / flatmate, whatever, is crazy and is impeding on your quality of life, do not stay there. Even if someone higher up is telling you it's going to be fine, it's not. Just move. Source: things escalated my freshman year until my roommate publicly threatened to kill me. I should have moved at the first red flag. Oh shit. Keep your door open the first few weeks. That's how you meet people. I tried doing move-in week freshman year, but no one else on my floor did it. This only works if everyone else is doing it. Wow. After talking physical door, medical door, don't leave your physical door open when you're sleeping or when you're out. But when you're in your room, it's fine. If it's such a big concern, I suppose you can have a machete by your side. You don't have to be friends with your roommates, but you need to communicate with them. Being passive won't help you, and it will tick off your roommate. Listen to your music / YouTube videos / anything with headphones when your roommate is in the room with you. Don't be afraid to chit-chat with your RA. If your dorm has a bathroom in it, clean up after yourself. At minimum, bring a toilet brush and a Clorox bleach wipes. Be courteous of your roommate's sleeping schedule. Figure out when they wake up so you don't hog the bathroom / keep them up at night. Don't be afraid to go to your RA events. Usually there will be food and other students who want to make friends. Your room doesn't need to be spotless, but keeping it basically clean, clothes in the hamper, bed made, etc. should be fine. Source: I am a junior and an RA, and these are frequent issues I run into. Plus, RAs are very lonely. Ooh, this is my shit. Be as friendly as you can to your dorm mates, because unless your school has a cool capacity for letting kids move around, you're kind of stuck with them. If this is your first outing in college dorms, don't stay in your room for all of your move-in week /end. Take your ass all over campus and meet folks. Go to the events, go down and have a hoedown with the rest of the people on your floor. Because while living in the dorms is cool and freedom is awesome, there are now so many more people to meet. Thank me later, but also go to the cheesiest of events and find somebody you can poke fun at the event with. I've met 2 girlfriends that way. Set ground rules with your dorm mates. RAs are there to make sure no one's dying, but you gotta do you around other people, and they vice versa. 2 years of dorm living have taught me that if you set up a little meet and greet with your suite / room / apart, and you all lay down the 3 rules that I don't want broken, then talk about some general pet peeves, then by the end of the first month you'll know whether or not you can continue living in the dorm you're in. If you can, stock the mini fridge with good, healthy food. You're on your own now. You remember that whole thing about when you're an adult you can buy a whole cake, but then you don't want to eat it? Yeah, fuck that. You'll gorge yourself first fucking night. Eat cheaply and healthy. Okay, this is really long. Make some ground rules with your roommate. My go-to rule is no fucking jerking off in the dorm. And if your alarm goes off at 8 a.m. but you hit the snooze button 16 times, that's a paddle-in. I'm going to be in 2nd grade next year. How do I be cool and make sure Max doesn't bully me? Kill him. Killing him won't teach him a lesson. You need to make him watch as you destroy everyone he loves. Then kill him. Slow down there, Slade. Starting university. Tips: anything from how to maximizing space in the dorm to keeping organized would be appreciated. Use Google Calendar. Put your schedule up on it and then put your assignments and due dates. You can color code everything too. And then set reminders so you don't forget anything. Super organized. Oh yeah. I use Google Calendars all the time. That's basically because I'm self-employed, and if I don't keep schedule of my time, I tend to get lazy. And if you schedule everything out, you know exactly how much you're doing. And if you don't, you'll be like, oh shit, what did I do the past 2 days? I didn't get anything done. You can go and check your schedule and be like, oh, that's right, I played Heroes of the Storm all day. That's why I didn't get shit done. Yeah, it's basically just I use Google Calendars to basically record what I'm doing throughout the day. Sometimes I'll put stuff I'd like to do in the future, but I have a different program for that called Todoist. Yeah, schedulers are great if you're going to school and if you work for yourself. To build on your other comments you've gotten, Google Drive is super useful. Oh yeah, Google Drive too, that's pretty great. I use that for like all my assignments. It allows you to access all your work from just about any computer. My default folder for where I save schoolwork is my Google Drive. That's right, I use that a lot too when I was going to school. Not like I stopped, I'm just taking a break though. Ooh. Go to fucking class. If you don't go, your grades will suffer. Ugh. I don't think I had to go to every class when my grades suffered. My extremely smart roommate didn't go to class a lot and his grades suffered. It's only a few hours a day, just go. This is always my number one tip. Who wants a huge post to helpful links? Compiled by me. Studying. How to comprehensive guide to university learning. How to study in less time. Ooh, these all look pretty good. Let's upvote that. And save for later. There we go. I'm currently an underage in economics. I'm currently an undergrad in economics, but I never have a solid answer for what job I'm working towards after school. So I was wondering, which jobs are realistically an option when school is done? Data analysis, specifically relating to health services. Econ plus programming/data classes. The trick is that you have to get really good at what you can buy stock in health service providers who will be in demand. If I was in your boat, so don't fret. I was in your boat, so don't fret. If your grades are solid and you have the financial means, I'd say why not to do B schools /MS in finance /financial economics. You get a better selection of high-paying jobs. If your grades were good, it only gets better, and it gives you more time to look at what your classmates know and are into, which can help you in turn. If that's not an option, go work at a big company or a small company, whichever you feel most at home with. If you intern somewhere, ask for a meeting and see if they can show you the ropes. I know I'm not answering your question and with that above, so here are some off the top of my head. Private wealth management. Ooh, this seems all like really boring. What is one thing you wish you had known your very first year in high school? Your friends will change. Friends you always hung out with might not be hanging out with the other groups. That was a real surprising thing for me my first year. You can't lose what you never had. Fair enough. I started a new district in 8th grade and managed to get a few friends. Thanks to the high school drift, I didn't have friends until 11th grade, and even then, it's not like I hung out with them outside of school or anything. I've had the same group of friends since 6th grade. In high school, all we did was add a couple people, but maybe he'll be the guy that gets added. I don't know where I'm going with this. 6 kids, including me, decided to go to the same high school. We all ended up branching off, and our friendships haven't been as close. Sure, we're still friends who treat each other well, but we aren't in the same groups. So I'd say find your own friends and people who are compatible with you instead of clinging on to people who you've known previously. If they are compatible with you, great. People can change. That having shorter hair will look better on me. Fuck, that long hair phase was so dumb. My long hair phase lasted from 6th grade to 11th grade. God, I look so fucking dumb. Yeah, long hair. I'm assuming these are guys. It always looks just really gross on guys, no matter what. I don't think I've ever seen a guy pull it off before. Don't plan your life around what other people are doing. Plan your own life. Everyone else is shy too. Go talk to them first. Essentials for living in my first apartment. Definitely earplugs when your roommates won't shut up at 3 in the morning. A toilet plunger. You will have to ask your neighbors to shit in their toilet until you can get a plunger. Why not ask to borrow a plunger? Coffee machine. Toilet plunger. One of those things you don't want to suddenly need and not have. Also, make sure to take a toilet paper on your first trip there. All throughout high school, I've never had to study and I still got great grades. Now that I'm going to college, I know that I'm going to have to start studying if I don't want to fail. How do I teach myself how to study? Ooh, this was me going into college. I was the same way. I honestly don't know how I'm doing as well as I am in college. It's all about reading the material and reading through the terms given to you, if anything. Math, still have no idea, but when it comes to stuff that's written down and understood as facts, reading is the best way to memorize it. I recently had to go through communications as performance class that required memorizing a couple pages of text. No help from outside and no notes. You'd be surprised how much just reading it over and over and over the course of a couple weeks gets through that. Also, don't study at the last minute. Make time to study as the weeks go by. It's much easier on you with that. I think this last bit is like the best advice for that. Hey, what's up? I'm a grad student about to teach freshmen, so hopefully I can help. My first big tip is to read. A lot of the differences and expectations between high school and college is the sheer volume you are expected to read. Find stuff you're interested in, particularly nonfiction, maybe if that's what you're planning on majoring in, and just get familiar with how to understand it. I'm not kidding. So many people in college don't do reading, and you're already at a huge advantage when you do. Secondly, there are plenty of tutorials online for people who never learned how to study. Check out those before you're off. I have about $4,500 in credit card debt. Should I use the student loans to pay that off? College isn't going to cost me much if student loans say that would be the majority of student loan debt for the year. No. Pay what you can afford off your credit card. To add to this, no. Also, 99999. Plus a little bit more. Understand it's not correct. I use Google Translate, so it must be wrong. How do you blow $4,500 on credit card? How do you even get that much credit card? You probably bought a car or something. Despite all the advice people give you about not using your credit card outside of your means and only for serious emergencies, kids who get their first credit cards basically see it as a way to get what they want now and worry about it later. This is my first question on every episode of If Hoarders, where they say they have 15K of credit card debt. Who kept extending your credit card after the first 5K, and then again after 10K? So, I have no friends. Something really embarrassing happened 2 years ago, and it was recorded. Everyone I know knows about it. Transferring schools didn't fix it either. In the last 2 years, I've been completely 100% alone. My sister's too old to care, don't have a mom, and rarely see my dad. I'll be a senior this year. How can I make it enjoyable? I'm the outcast. I literally get made fun of daily for what happened to me. No one my age would want to be my friend in any way. Fuck 'em. Just work on your grades and have them kiss your behind goodbye when you go to a better college than they have. We got a lot of fuck 'em. 2 of them actually. What are some... Actually, I kind of want to see if anyone gave like realistic advice to this. Join a club /port. That's a good one. I played football and baseball and was really good, but when I transferred, I didn't continue playing. I'd be laughed out if I tried join. But if you're actually good, they won't give a shit. Yeah, they will. What did you do that makes you think that? I used to sell drugs. Long story short, I sold some stuff to a party, stayed and got fucked up, blacked out, and I was raped after leaving. Someone videotaped it and told everyone I was gay. So yeah, that's what I'm dealing with. Holy shit, did they at least get in trouble? No. When I found out, I ditched school and didn't go for a week straight. Then got sent to the behavioral place for bad kids and people from my school and surrounding schools. By the time I got out 6 weeks later, the video and story had already passed around everyone at that point. I was just the guy who was fucked in public. I mean, no one would even believe me anyway. I'm a lineman with a beard who sold everyone weed. No one would believe it was possible, let alone believe a man could be raped, so no teachers, student, staff, they all knew the true story, and there was no point trying to do anything. I just transferred, and now I live my life in my room solitude. People make fun of others for getting raped? What kind of fucked up people are they? Bunch of fucking low-life losers if I say so myself. Huh. Well, I mean, considering his stats, it seems like he'd be a pretty good at sports if he's 6'2", 220. He said he was good before. Seems like he just has a really shitty school. Or he's just over-exaggerating his problems. What are some of your solutions you have either employed or seen to avoid the freshman 15? Also, what are some of the most successful techniques you know of that helped you not become overworked at college as university? I went from 160 to 135 pounds my freshman year. What usually gets people is that dining hall food is so available to them and they never use the college gym. Just keeping track of how much you're eating does wonders. Also, a lot of weight gain comes from partying and drinking a fuck ton of alcohol all the time. Avoid by drinking less and or eating less that day you plan on getting shit-faced. If you have a meal plan, there's tons of food options for unhealthy meals, to sugary soda and desserts. You also have the opportunity to drink just about every day. This is where the freshman 15 comes from. You just have to discipline yourself, control what you eat, and try not to pick healthier options. And if you have time, something you'll barely have, try to make it to the gym every now and then. That'd be cool to go to a college gym for free. I'm starting my junior year of high school. Tips. This is basically the year the colleges will be looking at you when you send your applications and transcripts. So no pressure. Try to fuck up if you plan to continue your education. What's an optimal time to send them? Before they are due. I expected nothing less from Reddit, and I get the least. Fantastic. If you like a girl, ask her out. I'm gay. If you like a guy, ask him out. If you like anybody, say hi. I'm about to be a college freshman. What am I probably planning to do that I shouldn't? Don't cut class, even if it's a massive lecture. Skipping one to do something else could lead you to skipping multiple for other things that take longer than one class. It's a slippery slope. Also, I feel terrible that my parents just paid for me to sit in a room and jerk off instead of going to class. Ooh. Just because you have the freedom to doesn't mean you should sit in your room and watch Netflix all day. Join a club, talk to your dorm mates, and socialize. Make college much more enjoyable. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and say don't get pissed drunk 5 days a week, or even one. Drink a bit, it's fine if you like it. It's great for socializing, but being hungover sucks. It's almost never worth whatever happened the night prior. Also, pretty much nothing good happens after 2 a.m. Go to bed. This man doesn't know what he's talking about. Get pissed drunk 7 nights a week. Never study because that's for chumps. If you wear a condom, you ain't cool. And everyone that's cool and their mama's pissing their pants. I'm going into my first year of university. Any tips? I'll be living in the dorms. Study and do all assignments. Get good habits early on while the classes are easier. Ooh, this is a good advice. How do you pick a major? I really don't want to go undeclared. I'm interested in computer science, but I'm terrible at math. Can anyone in that field tell me how strong my math background needs to be? People say to do what you like, not what gives you most money, but I'm worried that my interest in computers will lead to a challenging road I was never prepared for. You can always try computer... Oh. Seems like a lot of long replies. Let's see. Anyone have a really short one? A major is pretty easy to change. Select one now and just try it out. Sure, maybe it's too difficult to do for a degree, but you might pick up some great experience along the way. Alright, I'm starting college, and if I'm wondering if I still have to ask to take a piss, or can I just leave? If it's a giant class, get up and leave. If it's a small class that isn't related to your major, wait for a natural pause in the lesson to get up and leave. If it is a small class that is related to your major and is taught by someone with a doctorate, hold it. Anything less, use your best judgment. What the fuck? I thought I was supposed to attend class. Well, you should return after you piss, but if it's a massive lecture in American Literature 1101, then just quietly get up and go to the bathroom. If it's an important class, then hold it until the class is over. Otherwise, use best judgment. Oh, I remember when I took the final for my physical geography class. I had to go to the bathroom so bad throughout the entire thing. And I just held this. What the fuck did I drink that made me want to go so bad? Oh, I thought my kidneys were going to explode after I was done. I just wanted to run out there, but I didn't leave because it was a final. You can't leave during a final. Ugh, that was dumb of me. Any essential tools / softwares I should download for college? Computer science student. F.lux to save your eyes. Notepad +++. What's your biggest high school life hack? Carry as little around as possible. Only bring books into school what you need. And if you have huge things that you would need to carry around until like 5th period, put them in a locker. There's no need to carry everything with you at all times. I see so many people starting high school looking like this, and I silently cringe when I see them. I had 2 binders. All the papers before lunch were in one. All the papers for after lunch were in another. It worked out wonderfully. Only ever had to bring 1 book. They almost always had spares, or I could sit next to someone else. That works until teachers want a separate binder per class. If teachers insist you have a binder just for that class, you can usually just wait a month or so. They won't notice / care if your binder isn't specially dedicated to that class. I don't think I've ever gotten a special binder for a class that asks for a special binder. I always just put it all in. I have a backpack with 2 giant pockets, and I just separated them by that. Or with folders. Quick, easy 50-cent folders. Those worked out wonders too. I'm a sophomore in high school. When should I start looking to colleges, and how should I go about it? Alright. This is kind of long. I'll just read this one and then end it here. As a sophomore, I'd recommend taking your SAT and ACT either next summer or during junior year, and go ahead and start thinking about what college you would like to go to and what you would like to do. You can start applying during senior year, but it makes it a lot easier if you already narrow down your list, and talk to your parents about college visits. Those are super awesome. Going into sophomore year, look around wherever. Just keep your mind on getting good grades and putting yourself out there. Club, sports, community service. Going into junior year, look, visit, keep in contact with as many people as you meet. It sucks, but it'll be worth it in 18/21 months when you get the acceptance letter. If you're going into senior year, good luck managing essays, SAT/ACTs, college visits, full workload, and other stuff. LOL. High school was easy. But then again, I ended up going to a community college, so I didn't do it right. Okay. That's it.